Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. It's game 2. We've replaced Reptastic because reasons. But we're on to a new top laner for Squid's Wards. So keep an eye on that. But what do we got, LoveDi?
Basiness. You didn't even point out who was replacing Reptastic. It's the one, the only mathematician, statistician, spaciness himself. Double lift in the flesh, playing in the top lane now.
I feel like Double Lift is not a top laner. I could be wrong on that one, but I'm going to lean towards not that.
Absolutely Double Lift. I mean, have you seen his Discord photos? Who else could have taken those photos but Double Lift?
Excuse me?
Huh?
I don't know. We're in game. Why are we talking about Double Lift?
Because only one ban has gone down because they forgot they're supposed to take the penalty ban first, and it was Maokai, which is pretty self-explanatory.
Alright, there's the Zillion ban once again. And what do you think we're going to get different picks? Do you think Keena's going to go back to that Fiora pick? Do you think that we're going to see a different top laner out of Spacey? Or are we just going to see Cho'Gath versus Fiora once again? To the utter dismay of everybody.
Gonna have to be honest, I honestly don't know. I don't know if their game plan is going to change. It was a little bit off meta in their composition last time. Oh, now we have the Cho'Gath first pick for Keena.
Apparently, these two teams think Cho'Gath is the end-all, be-all of overpowered. But
you know what counters Cho'Gath top? That's not Fiora.
Aurelia.
Lucian top.
Lucian top,
which
does
Spaciness is very familiar with.
Lucian top does not counter Cho'Gath.
Yeah,
at all.
If Cho'Gath can't actually touch you, then how can he kill you?
He silences you, ruptures you, and then eats you like a Del Taco from Taco Bell.
What? All right, can we not mention Taco Bell on this stream? This is supposed to be a safe space.
Taco Bell TM sponsored.
Okay. Anyway, Tristana's been locked in return, so it looks like they do want to continue to keep the Tristana train rolling. Kind of standard. Never mind, it was standard until the Kha'Zix was locked in.
Besides, Iris was the one playing Tristana last game. This time it is going to be the hands of Die Vex. So we'll have to see if he can keep on living on that Tristana. But the Kha'Zix pick, I think, is interesting. It's a Tim special.
Yeah, interesting is definitely a word for it. I think it's downright dumb to pick up Kha'Zix this early, but I would like to be proven wrong and see this go to a 3-game series. So we'll just have to see how he performs on it. Yes, lethality was buffed a little bit and then nerfed subsequently. But
I think picking Kha'Zix is kind of a symptom of a much deeper problem here in Elder League.
Oh, really?
It's something that we've seen for weeks on end now. And it's these teams have a distaste for tanks. Because look at these bans. Zac, available. Gragas, available. Kayn, available.
Was available and taken.
Like, how Kayn has not been played in Elder League is absurd to me. If you watch
I assume nobody actually plays the champion because I love playing Kayn and I think he's absolutely busted right now, even though they did nerf the Deathfire touch on him.
It never did that, though. I don't know why everybody thinks Deathfire touch got him his orbs. It never did.
Yes, it did.
No,
That's why they changed it. They checked the patch notes.
Look, yes! Magikarp used Fly, tweeted out the patch notes yesterday.
Yes.
And they said, this does not happen.
Then why'd they put it in the patch notes? I'm looking at it right now. Kayn no longer gains transformation progress from ticks of Corrupting Potion, Deathfire Touch, Red Buff, or Challenging Smite.
Yes. That was his first patch on the Rift.
But why is it in patch 7.16?
Because it was bugged. Anyway. We got Arden Sensor. We got E-Girls on the map. Leona Del Bay versus Maggie Chu. Who is the superior E-Girl? LoveDi.
I'm not going to get into that right now. I just want to say that Janna Tristana is actually disgusting.
Yes, absolutely filthy. It's why it was banned away, game 1 actually, but because they lose the ban, they can't ban it away this time. They hit the mid lane once again. And Corrin's probably going to pick Lissandra again. Honestly, it worked out very well. It did exactly what the team needed it to do. I don't think there's any reason to not pick Lissandra right now. Or not right now, but when it's Corrin's turn to pick.
Yeah, he's going to have to blind pick the mid lane. We can see that Zaza's been given the counter pick.
Which
they're going for the safe approach as well.
Yeah, they're definitely playing a protect the
Wait.
Tristana comp.
Wait a minute. The Cho'Gath jungle. Have we been debated?
Probably. Kina doesn't seem like the type to play Cho'Gath.
Oh my god.
The Riven jungle has made its way to the Rift. This is a interesting composition coming out of Squid's wards.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Honestly, okay.
Yeah, so like I
So
said,
it is going to be a Cho'Gath
worked.
jungle.
The Lissandra worked last time. No reason to change it.
So we have the Shen versus Riven matchup in the top lane. Unfortunately, since Shen's W does block auto attacks, that is going to hurt the trading potential from the Riven if she's actually decent at anime. Going to go ahead and assume Kina knows how to play Riven. Oh, and we have Cassiopeia and Lissandra.
So this mid lane matchup it's got a couple different levels. Lissandra can be very aggressive, can push the wave really quickly, but if caught out by the miasma, doesn't really have a way to escape and will be forced to Frozen Tomb herself.
Right, the longer these 1v1 fights go, the harder it's going to be for the Lissandra. This is like the Vladimir last game, where she could go blow for blow with it. Cassiopeia wants a longer fight. She wants Lissandra to run into her and try to fight in the 1v1. She's most likely going to take Cleanse as well, which has been the summoner spell of choice into Lissandra in the past also.
It's looking like Ghost, but one other step that
Please take Cleanse.
I think this matchup is we saw last game, Corrin was very abusive in that lane, was very poke heavy, landed a lot of her Qs, and just kept Vladimir at a certain level. If Zaza is in that same situation again, even with the Cho'Gath jungle, Lissandra's going to be able to get in and burst Cassiopeia, and by taking that Ghost, can't get out of the Ring of Frost, can't get out of the Frozen Tomb, and has no way of avoiding the slows. So it's the possibility of a really rough lane for Zaza once again.
I mean, the possibility, yes, but I don't think it's going to be a probable occurrence at all. I definitely think Cassiopeia wins this matchup. She can exert her dominance the second she lands her poison, wins the trade, even if she's hit with all three other abilities. It really comes down to if she gets ulted and she does not have Cleanse, that's when we could see this Lissandra potentially turn it around. But in straight trades, it's really down to Lissandra constantly poking, because she is not going to win a single trade where Cassiopeia initiates.
It's got several levels, and one with the addition of the junglers, I think it can get interesting. Cho'Gath obviously will change this matchup very heavily. If a Ring of Frost lands into a Rupture, into a Feral Scream, there's not a whole lot Zaza is going to be able to do. Whereas if Tim comes in, you know, they land the Miasma, they have Cassiopeia just running him down with the Twin Fang, and then Tim comes in, puts in the Taste of Fear, and then gets the kill. It's a lot different matchup from that regard. And I think that, just like we talked about the top lane last time, you know, that Cho'Gath Fiora and how impactful the junglers are going to be there, I think that's now transitioned to the mid lane, and the Riven Shen matchup doesn't quite have the same impact.
By the way, are those our Twitters that are on the stream?
It's my Twitter. I don't actually know your Twitter, so
Add a league at the end of it. League.
At LoveDi League.
Not like anyone's actually going to follow me, but you know, except for Red Flame. But anyway, important to keep in mind also, Kina has willingly picked Riven into Janna. So maybe he knows something I don't, but that's a hell of a lot of peel that he's going to have to get through first just to get through their stuff.
I mean, even
just to get Buster Shot out.
Yeah, you have the Monsoon, you have the Wailing Tornado, you have the Slow, you have Shen Taunt, you have Cassiopeia Ultimate, you have Buster Shot, you have Rocket Jump, you have...
Spike Rex.
It's a lot. I think Kina is in the mindset of, I'm just going to kill Spacey. And I'm
However,
keep killing Spacey until I win the game.
If Lysandra and Cho'Gath can set up kills, definitely possible for Riven to get in there, flash stun, finish off some kills, but her alone, going to be much harder for her to get those flash stun plays that Riven in competitive play has been famous for.
I don't think Riven competitively is famous for anything other than losing.
What? Come on, man.
When was the last time Riven won a game competitively?
That was a long time ago, yes, but I mean, competitive Riven picks have been fantastic to watch.
You just
except
like
for the time
Rivens
that Huni
die.
tried to play it. What?
So you just like watching Rivens die.
Well, yeah, that too. But I mean, like they've done some like great flash stun plays, like wall hops and stuff. Pretty nice to watch.
Pretty neat.
Pretty neato. Gonna have to say, pretty neato.
You know what is neato? New Star Guardian skins.
Those are also neato. Wind Speakers for both supports. Warlords for both ADCs. Thunderlords for the Lysandra once again. Deathfire Touch for the Cassiopeia instead of the Storm Raiders. Thunderlords for the Kha'Zix. Courage for the Cho'Gath. Fervor for the Riven. And Rest for the Undying for the Shen. Okay. Really the only unusual or different masteries from what we'd expect to be coming out are the Birds of the Colossus for the Cho'Gath and the Deathfire for the Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia is sacrificing a little bit of her mobility, especially considering she's playing against a multi-CC'd team. I'm surprised she didn't take the Storm Raiders to keep herself immune from the slows. So she takes the Deathfire instead, a little bit more lane dominance, a little bit more oomph in her damage, more dots, of course. And for the Cho'Gath, yes, of course, you can easily proc the Courage with your Q, but Stoneborn Pact, man. I mean, you get it off your E now, your Vorpal Spikes will proc Stoneborn Pact, and it gives you 5% total HP. Busted.
It is interesting. We are going to have to wait and see how everything pans out. I do think that, for lack of a better pun, I do think that Squidward's comp is very feast or famine. I mean, the Lysandra, if it falls behind, like you said, it's just going to get abused by that Cassiopeia. If Riven falls behind, we all know how useless Rivens can be. And the Cho'Gath, if he can't get stacks or even tanky items, Tristana's just going to tear right through him.
And I do expect this to be a very safe bottom lane. If anything, Tristana Janna should be winning this. They just have superior trading abilities. Unless, of course, they get hit with literally every single ability. But
yeah, they just AFK
assuming they can dodge a
DC.
single thing, they should definitely win out on those trades.
And I'm kind of curious because Janna shields, I always get the support Janna that shields too late. And I'm like, well, that's a waste. I just took a ton of HP damage. And my auto attacks only did so much. But then I think about it, I'm like, wait a minute. If I'm trading, what if I just eat the health damage, get the Janna shield, and get the bonus AD, and then just shred through people? Play it like a control warrior in Hearthstone, where you just sacrifice your HP for more damage.
Exactly. That's the point. Then they're like, look at their trade. They become discouraged because they're like, wow, this guy's not taking any damage. Look, it's replaced by this white health instead. We can see jungle starts for both teams. A bottom side of the map. No leash for the Cho'Gath, but there was a leash for the blue buff for Kha'Zix. Going to be a slightly later, maybe like a couple seconds later laning arrival.
I am a little disappointed that we don't see the fun jungle strats that we were seeing in competitive. You know, having that super leash onto the red buff, or like a couple more Raptor starts, or even that crazy Maokai one where you're
Are you sure you want to try to watch these Elder League players try to execute something that complicated?
I mean, it's not that complicated. Like the Maokai one where he takes both buffs at the same time. It's not crazy complicated.
Right, and I can absolutely see a Janna taking that with an auto attack.
Yeah, but then you get more shields, right? More Janna shields?
Well, just in general. So he's gone for the classic Riven start. As a purveyor of Riven mains, I know that you literally must go longsword refillable potion, or you are considered a blasphemer and are hung by the neck until dead as a traitor to Riven mains.
What about the old school red pot start, the fortitude pot start? You pop it, you kill everybody.
No.
That was a dark time in League of Legends history.
Looks like we got a catch coming out.
Tim gets
He
caught,
dodges the rupture though.
The miasma's gonna keep him safe, because that's pretty effective against Riven.
Yeah, that's actually one of the greatest miasmas I've seen so far. Fantastic positioning of the miasma. You can see he actually burned the ghost to help out his jungler as well. That's dedication. Zaza immediately saw the roam coming in, used his ghost to get into his jungler after a risky fade. Not really going to need that ghost early on anyway.
And it's got a fairly short cooldown too. It's not like Branding
Right.
Flash where it's 5 minutes. I think it's only like 2.5, 3 minutes.
2.5. Okay, Tim.
Tim, what are you doing, man? Bring a frost,
Tim,
rupture,
no!
feral scream. Who are they giving it to?
Wait,
but what are you
what?
guys doing? Finish
Whoa,
the kill.
what?
Corins goes up first blood. Zaza takes that one, but now Eat My Apples is he's on the wrong
What?
spot. Spacey.
Wait.
Spacey. Tim. No.
Wait.
Tim. No. Tim is 100% going down. I
Got
am
out.
wrong.
What?
How does nobody die other than Corrin?
What in the hell did I just witness? How did they drop that kill?
How did they drop either
They
kill?
just butterfingered the hell out of that play.
Tim, the KDA player, doesn't go for the secure kill on to Eat My Apples. He runs away from the Riven instead.
That's absolutely insane. We can also see the priority difference between these two junglers. Smite Stone completed for the Cho'Gath, but boots and 2 long swords for the Kazakhs.
Sightstone is, or Sight Smite is just absolutely absurdly. I mix those two together. It's just so good. Like, I see junglers in solo queue picking up, you know, red smite, blue smite, and I'm just like, why? You're just leaving 0 vision on the map, and you're a waste of space, and you should uninstall.
I believe Daith missed every minion but one in that little sequence. It's actually really sad, and he's going to miss that one too. And he's also going to miss that one. Not that one though, but he's also going to miss these other.
He's only 7-ish CS behind, which in the Tristana Sivir lane is actually not bad. Tristana can just be absolutely, completely abused by this Sivir if they play a bit more aggressively.
I mean, we were talking about this earlier. I'm of the belief that with the Janna shield, they win those 2v2 trades unless they get hit with literally every ability.
You win the trades. I meant like pushing wise. Sivir can just
yeah,
completely decimate that wave push. And as a Tristana, there's not a whole lot you can do. Like, you can do a bit. You can, you know, pop the explosive shot, get, you know, the backline wave, and hope the tower doesn't screw you up too much on the melees. But it's dangerous to sometimes try and keep it in order. But that's not what we're seeing here. Iris is very slow in pushing out these waves.
Dude, you don't win those trades, Riven. There's literally 30 minions there. My god. Well, we can see this lane going in favor of Spacey. He's managed to get the push on. Yes, he's going to have a CS deficit, but Riven's not exactly doing what he's supposed to be doing in this lane, which is being a lane bully.
He's trying, just it's not working, that's all.
Oh, but we do have the roam coming in from the Lissandra. They do ping it off. Looks like Shen's going to be able to get away in time.
There's a nice control
doing in that pit.
in the river bush there as well. You know, keeping...
Oh, he wants to just... Oh, he wants to just cut her off.
Cass isn't there, though. This is not what he wants. Zaza's a little far behind.
Miasma gonna come out?
Grounded for a little bit. Gets the Q poison as well.
Oh, just turning around the roam instead. Managed to chunk out that Lissandra for a little bit. Didn't really lose CS either. Very smart movement from the Shen. Stand United is available as well.
I would like to see a bit faster reaction there from Zaza. They might have been able to get a bit more, maybe force a flash, and just try and get a little bit more out of that.
Now Riven's trying to come in, stretching it.
It is pinged, so they know that Riven's there. First back coming in from the Sivir gets that BF sword. Dithex, not far behind, is also going to be picking up the BF sword.
Alright, so here's something I want to point out right now. Look at the inventories for both Lulu and Janna. They've gone for the Sightstone very, very early on. I want to see that Sightstone emptied in the next minute, or it was not worth the buy. Because they're obviously not going to be using the red trinket this early to deny vision. Means that they need to justify buying the Sightstone instead of completing their gold item, which ups the efficiency an intense amount.
Yeah, that's actually very curious now that I think about it, because right now they're getting 25 gold a coin, I believe.
Instead of 40, yes.
Yeah, whereas if they upgrade it, not only do they get, because it goes from 2 gold per 5 to 4, correct? On top of
Believe so.
On top of the coins. So you lose so much money by going not that.
Right. I mean, I know it gets jerked around a lot, but it really is an absolutely busted item right now. It gives way too much gold generation.
The only other item I could see them rushing that much quicker would be the Ardent Sensor, because while Sivir is, until 1 or 2 items, not too crazy about wanting, that Ardent Sensor proc, Tristana never doesn't want it. Very auto attack based.
Basically might get soloed here. Yep, alright. Goodbye.
Just Riven things.
He's got to respect that ultimate. Yes, he wins the trade when there's no ultimate involved, but when you use your taunt like that quickly, and he went for the Bramble Best first. Go for the Tiamat.
The Bramble
Bramble Best.
It's so last game, and we talked about it with the same Fiora. A lot of the damage is coming from abilities, not auto attacks. So it's
well, no, for Fiora it's slightly different because she still actually takes that damage from the Bramble Vest with her Q, because it's still an on hit. Riven, on the other hand, yeah, there's no on hits for her. Obviously, she will be autoing a lot, but it's getting negated a good amount anyway. That's definitely a yeah. Definitely a Shmi thinking moment for the Shen. Now he's definitely behind in this lane. Oh, come on, dude. He dropped the NA cannon.
Yeah, Diathex is not having a good time farming in this lane. Down 10 CS.
Out in the street.
I mean, it's not horrible, because you expect just to go down a little bit, but if you're down because you just simply can't last hit, like we're seeing here, it's a completely different matter than if
he's dropping last hits that should not be happening, and with something like this scaling Tristana, really want to get as much farm as you can. I love how the Cho'Gath just pauses, waits for the Lulu to clear the ward, even though he won't be seen anyway unless he literally walks on top of the Lulu. Oh, he's losing these trades now. That Black Cleaver's been completed. He realizes he messed up. That first purchase was crucial. Getting the Bramble Vest, which only gives you I can't select the item. How much armor does Bramble Vest give? I can't select it. Oh, but we'll gank in the top lane.
Tim shows up. He just instantly goes invisible. Pops Kina, gets the double stun. Going back aggressively, though. Spacey forced the flash away. Flash from Tim gets the kill. That's Tim on the board. 1-0-1.
2 flashes for 1, though. And he messed up his trading slightly. He might have been able to 1-for-1 it as well.
Gets the spell shield on the explosive shot.
I don't think they win this trade.
Not winning this trade whatsoever. The exhaust comes in. Maggie forced to Monsoon, excuse me.
Yeah, I love saying I don't think they win this trade in 2v2s because no matter what, I'm right. Because somebody has to lose the trade.
It almost looked like Iris was going to lose it a lot harder than he did, though.
But Janna took a ton of damage right there. Uh-oh.
Aggressive in from Corrin. Throws down the ultimate. I don't think he has
This is why you take the clad.
There's the stand united!
What? 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 What?
Flash comes in. Feral Scream not going to connect.
I don't think Zaza's very confident in his Cassiopeia.
CC.
He's also not building the Rod of Ages. Here he
So,
is.
alright, so
He's
I
going to
would-
be squishy as hell.
Roa is a little... It's not something I typically build on Cassiopeia, but the Morellos is certainly questionable. You're going to get plenty of mana out of the...
Oh no, you have to
Yeah.
go multiple mana items on Cassiopeia. I don't think you realize just how much mana you wind up using on Cass.
No, I do.
That's
I do play
insane
a fair
amount.
amount of Cassiopeia, but the Morello isn't fantastic. I can definitely think of other items first.
Yeah, you can see these trades. He actually took a tower shot in that trade and still came out ahead. This is getting to be way too hard.
Yeah, Shen is not having fun. Will continue to not have fun. It is showing kind of inexperience-wise though. Kina isn't crazy stalling the lane. You know, going in for trades like this forces the lane back towards the Shen so he can continue getting farm. And while it is a 20 CS difference, both top and bottom, I mean, it's manageable. Especially when Spacey is Shen. You don't really have to worry about farming up too much. You're always going to have your stand united.
Damn, he's really going hard for this.
Winning ahead. Tim doesn't even show up, and Kina was too afraid of Tim showing up there to retaliate.
Now the lane's shoving in the other way.
Yeah, this is when Spacey's probably going to back. Only has 800 gold in his back pocket, but he can pick up something.
Got his celebrated Dirk. He is going to be going for the assassin build. State of the slightly more popular Black Cleaver's second item. Going to take full advantage. Oh, and a cannon. He's going to take full advantage of that Duskblade proc while it's still around for melees.
Yeah, Duskblade feels bad, man.
Fighter.
All right, so let's take a look at what we got. We got a 1-0-0 Cassiopeia facing off against a 0-1-0 Lissandra. Lissandra is up in gold, has a 5-stack Roa. Are things in a bad spot for Zaza? We saw him panic flash earlier, even with the Stand United on him, and now that Stand United is down, do we see Corrin go in again?
Potentially. I think that first performance we saw from Zaza in the 1v1 in the mid lane where the Stand United needed to come out, it kind of displays the inexperience he has on the champion. He definitely was shaken a bit by the sudden attack from Corrin and dropped a couple of Qs. He didn't ulti until it was too late, and then he immediately flashed out. I don't expect him to be having any fun anytime soon, because when you're not very experienced on Cassiopeia, but you got a player anyway, it is not a good feeling. I still remember the learning pains I had trying to pick up Cassiopeia. She's not someone you can just pick up and start playing like Lux or Orianna. She's just a different kind of champion, and you have to kind of juggle a few different things, especially considering you don't have boots as well. You have to depend on your own mobility and positioning. It's a different kind of champion, very unique.
Yeah, it's the correct application of a machine gun mage. The only other attempt being
Don't you dare.
Rise.
Don't you dare disrespect a boy pre-rework wise.
I mean, he's still a machine gun. I mean, if you play current Rise while he's not the strongest champion,
Same. It's not the same.
Yeah, he does stuff. I like the current iteration of Rise probably out of all of them, which is probably why he hasn't been reworked yet. Not because I personally like him, but you know, it's more of a general statement. He's, while not in a good spot now, we still have, you know, Exile trying to play him to bad
Exile's
results.
also hard feeding in EU LCS.
He had a couple good talent games. He smacked Caps, you know, the #1 mid laner in EU. But I mean, Rise is well, we actually might see him coming back pretty soon with the rest of the mid laners being nerfed. Him and Azir will probably battle it out for who can be worse. But with already seeing the bird on the Rift, probably going to be seeing more of that.
Well, ready signals from should be an unpause shortly. Oh god. Resident sleeper.
Yeah. Game 1, heading into a pause game 2. It's rough, but you got to do it. You do what you got to do. And I'm
we
curious,
do have an unpause coming in.
why do we have a Hunter's Potion on Kha'Zix?
This is actually something I noticed earlier, but I didn't say. Oh, first let's look at this all-in. That didn't work. That's something I noticed earlier. On his first back, when he bought the longsword, or 2 longswords and boots, I noticed after doing 2 camps, him was already out of mana. Like, he was almost completely out. He had enough for 1 W and that's it. After doing Wolf and Grom. That tells me that he literally just uses his W off of cooldown instead of using it when necessary. So, to supplement that, he decided to go for the Hunter's Potion. When really, he should not be using his W except for heals early on.
The hunt comes in
Oh
and
my
gets
God,
stolen away! Tim, what are you doing? The Ricochet comes in, drops everybody crazy low. The Monsoon's trying to keep people alive, but a 3-man stun coming out of Zaza. Inexperience, doesn't matter when you have to press R. Space Eunice comes in off the stand united, doesn't land the taunt, gets rooted up. Ricochet's coming through, not bouncing though. Janna has 6 HP, still going aggressive. Rocket jump over the wall, Diathex keeping himself safe. Cho'Gath senses dinner. But can he get it? I'm going to lean towards nah.
There was a disturbing lack of flashes in that team fight. Nobody wanted to full commit for that. And that's actually kind of disappointing because either team could have definitely swung the game in their favor just now. Made some huge plays, but just was not to be.
And losing the Earth Drake isn't crazy bad for TBW. They have the Tristana.
They also lost first tower.
That hurts a bit more. But like I was saying, they have the Tristana, who's already really good at taking towers, is the second best Yordle to do so. And so while the Earth Dragon would have helped her win harder, it's not the end of the world to lose it as long as you can keep the opponents away from your towers. Sivir is a shockingly good tower taker. Having on the hunt on off cooldown and using the Ricochet, you gain 30% attack speed, and it just melts towers.
Basie went for the greedy Merc Treads instead of the Ninja Tabi for his lane. And I don't think I agree with that. He's not really going to be hit with much CC to begin with anyway. Yes, Lissandra has tons of CC, but that's almost never going to be put on him. The Tabis is a huge counter to a lot of Riven's potential.
Not only Riven, but the Sivir as well.
Right, that's really curious to see the thought process behind it. And the lane swap has commenced. They want to get this top tower.
They are going to trade the bottom tower, though. It's going to go down very soon. Tim ulting to the top lane. Taunt not going to connect either. That is no bueno. Burning an ultimate and the taunt already. They lose bot tower, and they're not really that close to getting this top tower.
I want to see bottom lane move up to mid, and I want to see the mid lane move up to top so they can counter this fast push now that they got the tower down first. Oh, looks like they're going to get the first move, though. They're going to really force this. They're sending 4 people up top now. They know that this is coming. They need to get out of there. Oh, boy.
Tim saying hello.
No, what are they doing?
On the hunt comes in. Wild Growth connects. Ring of Frost doesn't land. Frozen Tomb herself. Flash Ring of Frost, but the communication is simply not there. Corrin gonna be going down. Tim picks up the kill with a flash. But
he didn't need the flash.
Zaza has his ultimate. Doesn't connect it though, but he gets that, gets the speed boost. Flash and flashes a galore. Knockup only gonna land on to Maggie Chu, but that signals the end of Disaster. currently for your Squid's wards.
What? What was that team fight? What was that dive? They know that Lissandra's moving up. They see her leaving the lane. They see Cho'Gath on a ward. So they go in. They immediately have to flash out. And then they overstep and Squid's words. Wait, is it Squid's words that are 1-up right now?
Yes.
Okay, and then Squid's words decides to overcommit for it.
No, Squid's words is on blue side. But Spacey going in doesn't connect the ultimate, but he gets the kill anyway. Even after winning the team fight, TPW actually ends up losing the 2 towers they were in danger of losing anyway. So they end up losing 2 towers for picking up a single kill. Bit of a map misplay there.
Yeah, they're just not distributing the resources very well. We've got the jungler in the bottom side of the map, multiple people back. That's why staggering your backs is one of the most important mechanics you can learn as a team. Oh, not giving a blue buff over to Cassiopeia either? What? Definite thinking emoji right now. But that's one of the most important mechanics you can work on as a team. Things like mid-priority and staggering backs are some of the most important things. Really, things people don't even really... Mechanics people don't really think about at the time. I mean, when you have an entire team... Oh boy.
Yeah, good flash there from Maggie. There was definitely enough damage there to completely annihilate her and just wipe her.
I wonder if she even needed to flash, though. I thought she could have just walked up and out, but...
This Sivir was there with On the Hunt available, so they definitely could have chased her down, but they'll take the flash.
Yeah, I guess better safe than sorry, but it's strange to see a Janna have to flash without even using her tornado.
Why does Tim just pop his ultimate, like, every time he walks through?
He has his ultimate on, like, he evolved his ultimate second. It procs automatically when he walks and brushes.
See, that's a change I wasn't really paying attention to, because...
Oh boy, walking into... Oh no, the missed taunt!
Diefix! He gets the stand united! Already threw out the wind slash, doesn't get the kill. Now the engage is on with Rupture down, stun comes in, Kina's giant gets the 2-man stun once again. Corin, though, doing everything he can. Eat my apples has eaten Diefix. Spaciness is going to go down into Kina as well. 2-0 over to Squid's wards. Bonking. They're just going for more. Kina, no fear, Riven.
Yes, there's been a lot of thonking this series. Oh my god, they're just going straight for the Baron with... Oh, okay, he smited as well. He actually smited.
Oh,
wait,
the
he doesn't
damage
have
on
feast.
the Tim was crazy!
He doesn't have feast. They just need to go and check it. They don't know that Cho'Gath already smited.
They're so afraid of Kina, though, that they're not going to be anywhere.
Oh, he's got smite again.
Smite's available. No. There it is. Blue team gets the Baron. Squid's wards are definitely on the path to first. I mean, they're 4-3. They're 3 towers to 1. They just picked up the first Baron of the game at only 22.5 minutes, which is a really fast Baron. And I'm not really sure if TBW has what it takes to bring it back. I mean, it was looking good up until Diefix got caught there. Seem to have lost LoveDi for
sorry. No, I was just reading Twitch chat, which I probably shouldn't be doing. They were talking about the item difference between Sivir and Tristana, despite only being like, you know, a little bit of CS to assists. But the first tower gold and the Baron gold is what contributed a lot to it.
So the item gold is actually less worrying to me than the Phantom Dancer pickup. Yes, Sivir doesn't need static and RFC for wave clear, but it's so good. You do absolutely so much damage. Your team fight? Holy moly. That's okay. There's no words, just Riven things. The roots are onto Spacey. He can't get away either. Cross map plays coming in from Squid's wards.
Tim? Okay.
Tim taking advantage of his Duskblade, but Iris has the damage.
Oh.
And now it's Zaza versus the Worlds. Lands another stun onto Eat My Apples, but he's a hungry Cho'Gath. He wants something. Gets the knockup, gets the stun, gets the dinner table set up for him. And that is Eat My Apples picking up his second kill of the game. 2-0-2. This Cho'Gath is ready to eat the world.
You can see that there's split pushing going on from the Riven as well. They're just taking as many towers as they can. They're getting a huge gold lead, and he's even going to be able to continue his push, pressuring all three lanes now. Cho'Gath shoving up the last of this Baroned up cannon wave.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the split pushing from Kina. You saw who they sent against him. They sent Dythex, the very squishy 80 carry who only had the Infinity Edge and bits of a Zeal. So, not the best competition there.
I think he thought with his range he could just take the wave and leave. He was not expecting the power hop to give Kina the good old 1-2 punch. Really, I mean, that was an unexpected amount of damage. Of course, we knew the Riven was strong, but that Duskblade gave a little bit extra.
Kina blew the ultimate too. So that's worth for Tim. He gets the red buff, he tags Kina's ultimate, and now Kina is in danger. Forced to flash, wall hop, hello. Wall hop successful, for lack of better phrasing.
Exchange, they stole the blue buff, definite worth. We can see how far behind this Shen is, though. That Bramble Vest first item really screwed him over.
Yeah, I mean,
doesn't
he's
even
also,
have a single item complete.
Between the Bramble Vest plus trying to finish the Titanic Hydra is really rough and, you know, not very healthy, not very not very stats heavy. You know, doesn't have a crazy amount of armor. Yes, he has Merc and Bramble, but those aren't very high armor items. And even if he had high armor, with no HP to back it, it just doesn't matter.
We can see that this lead has grown to about 10,000 now.
Tim finds Leona Del Bay running around the jungle, but rounded onto Corrin. I don't know what you're doing, Corrin. Tons of damage on a Maggie Chew, though, but Corrin, man, this is so freaking troll. Finally gonna go down. Dythex picks up the kill, hops over the wall into a Cho'Gath.
Ooh, nice taunt. Three-man
taunt from Spaciness. Doesn't matter. Kina takes one, looking for two, takes it for himself. And now Maggie Chew is the only one remaining for the game on her back. Triple kill for Riven. And I don't know what's left.
Yeah, they're just going to start taking towers, going to try and knock down these inhibitors. Dythex is the only one who's still alive.
2 towers go down. All 3 inhibitors wide open for the taking. 10 seconds left remaining on the Cassiopeia. They're going to get 2 at the bare minimum here. They might even try for 3, but that'd be bold.
Oh, they're just going to leave that third one open to be taken later. And now they've got a ton of wiggle room on how they want to close out this series.
Baron is up in a minute and a half. If they do wait for that, then that is game. I mean, you have the Cassiopeia for wave clear, you have the Tristana, but nothing really says win game harder like the Baron buff currently. They'll have 2 inhibitors down, they can just wait in that third lane waiting to finish it. Maggie Chew not gonna get ruptured just yet. There, it forced a flash even. Oh no! What are you doing?
Look at all that vision control they have going on too, and she only managed to clear a single ward in the jungle. Oh, it's gonna help them clear out one more. Yeah, they're definitely going to be spread thin. Titanic's finally been completed for the Shen. So maybe he'll be able to clear the way bottom. Oh, look, they're just going for a Fnatic rush. Oh,
does get
nice ward.
Out, Kina just says, hey, what's up? Hello! Eat my Duskblade. Doesn't get any kills, however. Lissandra's in the background, forces the Monsoon. Knockup comes in, tons of damage. Corrin picks up another kill for herself. And now Kina is stunning up Spacey. Spacey's not long for this world. Dinner once again for Eat My Apples. Diathex forced to hop away. Flash root on to the Cassiopeia. That is game. That is Squid's Wards taking the series 2-0. Could be wrong, but I don't think I am in this case.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of that. Looks like Squid's Wards have taken the #1 spot, secured it for themselves. We have our regular split champions right here.
GG, well played. Squid's Wards 2-0 the series, secure themselves first because they have the head-to-head. And it is an unfortunate way to pick up the W. You know, game 1 to an AFK. But game 2, they did everything they needed to. They got the secures. They got the gold. I mean, they had what they needed to win.
Yeah. Unfortunate game 1, but clean game 2. Managed to take advantage of some disrupted vision and get a Baron very early on in the game. Push their advantages, some very nice team fighting as well. And Kina, despite a little bit of a shaky laning phase compared to what we expected, definitely managed to perform on that Riven, make some great plays, lots of pressure, and of course the split pushing itself, very hard to deal with.
Yeah, and with only Corrin really dying that game, I mean, feeder of the match, 3 deaths to the name, and when the rest of your team goes deathless, basically, you know, 7-1-3 Riven, which is acceptable losses, 5-0-4 Cho'Gath, that's just absurd. 1-0-9 Sivir, just able to sit in the back and throw ricochets. It's so hard to deal with that, and TBW was just so squishy. Shen was the tankiest member, and you saw him just melt in fights.
All right. Well, that's the end of that.
So, again, that is the Series 2-0, so that is all the League of Legends we have for you guys tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuned in, and if you want to take part in these games, in these matches, make sure to hit up Ascension eSports on Reddit, on Discord, and we will be hopefully having signups for next season up soon, I believe. As we're heading into playoffs, things are starting to wrap up and slow down, so we'll be getting those sign-up lists out very soon. So keep an eye out for those on Reddit and Discord. But again, thank you everyone who tuned in tonight. We'll catch you next time. Tune in tomorrow for some more Phoenix League. Bye, guys. Catch you next time.